This small metal plate, often hidden in the engine bay, known as a fender tag, was a kind of original DNA of the vehicle. But if they were so important, why don't we see them in modern cars anymore? Today, we're going to unravel the mystery behind the disappearance of fender tags, and then we'll decode the unique story engraved in one from one of the most legendary muscle cars. To understand why these tags became obsolete, we need to go back to the golden era of muscle cars, the late 1960s and early 1970s. At that time, automakers relied on production systems very different from today. The fender tag served as a physical roadmap for assembly line workers. Each code on it instructed the operator on what engine to install, what paint color to apply, what interior options to mount, what type of brakes to use, and much more. It was a manual system, but effective for the complexity of customization options back then. Before we go over the 4 reasons why they disappeared, I brought you a fender tag from a 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. So let's decode it. Let's begin with production and exterior design details. End. This simple code means end of sales codes, marking the end of the list of options. M21 tells us the car has drip rail moldings, those small trims that guide water off the roof. M31. These are the belt moldings, the trim that runs along the side of the car at waist height. V88, a curious code for such a flashy car. Delete transverse stripes. It means this Daytona didn't have the typical stripe across the body seen on some versions. Y39. This is a special order code. It means the vehicle had a non-standard specification or a feature requested by the customer or for a specific purpose, like this car that was delivered to Dr. Tar. 26-inch radiator. Specifies the size of the radiator, critical for cooling this powerful engine. Y2 exterior paint. And Y2 roof paint. These confirm that both the body and roof of this Daytona were painted in vibrant yellow. The following codes reveal the mechanical specs that made the Daytona famous. E86. This is the identification of the engine for a 40 CI Magnum V8 with 4-barrel carburetor. D32 indicates the A727 3-speed automatic transmission, a torque flight transmission known for its ruggedness. A 36. This is the high-performance axle package with 3.55:1 ratio and limited slip differential. B41 tells us about the braking system. Front disc brakes with standard 10 rear drums, a major improvement for the time. B51. It simply confirms that the brakes were power. That means power assisted. The label also details the cabin environment and precise model identification. C16 indicates the center console with imitation wood panel, a touch of luxury in the sporty interior. C55 confirms the front bucket seats, providing support and comfort. C6X describes the Charger trim vinyl bucket seats, black upholstery. X9 reveals that the interior door frames were painted black, a contrasting detail. 11. This is one of the most important codes, identifying the vehicle as a special model XX29 Charger 500 before January 1969 or Charger Daytona after April 1969. Given a later build date, it confirms that this is a true Daytona. XX29 repeats the chassis identification as a Dodge Charger 500 Fast Top 2-door hardtop or Dodge Charger Daytona Fast Top 2-door hardtop. Finally, the label gives us the details of when and where this beast was born. 5/21, the build date, May 21st. 922638. This is a vehicle order number, a unique identifier in the production process. L9B, it gives us the vital engine information. For 140 cubic inch, 375 horsepower V8 engine with 4-barrel carburetor. 1969 model year. Hamtramck, Michigan Assembly Plant. 388183, the final sequence number on production line. Now, why did they disappear? Automation and digitalization. With the advent of computer age, Factories began to adopt computerized systems. Production sheets became digital, and the tracking of each vehicle and its specifications was handled by software. A physical label was no longer necessary. Standardization of the VIN. Although the vehicle identification number, VIN, already existed, it was not until the 1980s that it was standardized globally. The 17-character VIN became the universal identifier, capable of encapsulating all vehicle manufacturing information digitally and readable by any system, eliminating the need for auxiliary labels. Efficiency and cost. Eliminating one physical component and one step in the production process meant cost savings and efficiency improvements. Less variety in options. Although cars still had options, mass production trended toward fewer bespoke combinations, or the handling of these became fully integrated into the VIN information systems. Thus the fender tag, a vestige of a more artisanal era in mass production, was replaced by the precision and comprehensiveness of the VIN. What was lost in tangible history was gained in efficiency and standardization.